Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 1 is going to be the best chapter we've ever had. The reason for that is because we are going to see a merge of multiple realities coming together to build this brand new island. We are already starting to see that because at the end of Chapter 5 we got this massive concert where we saw a real life concert which was taking place in New York come to Fortnite. That happened because of the rifts. Because just before the live event, the rift beacons were charging up. We saw these reality vines. If you remember, the last time we saw these vines was all the way back in Chapter 2, Season 5. Because Galactus exposed the 0 point and it was out in the open, people were using it to escape the Fortnite loop. Since it was being used by a lot of people, despite the Imagine order sending Agent Jones to hire a bunch of hunters to defend the 0 point, it was not enough. We were starting to see characters and locations from different realities come to Fortnite. And similar reality vines that we saw just before that concert was seen during Season 5. And these vines were basically portals to a different world. So characters like the Terminator, Street Fighters, Alien, and a lot more show up. This is what happens when the 0 point gets destabilized. This can happen with a real world as well, by the way, because in Chapter 1, Season 5, we saw a bunch of llamas. Durburger showed up in the real world. That is exactly what happened just before the concert. The reality beacons were obviously damaged and was destabilizing. We saw a bunch of creatures and location showed up on the island because of this. And in that live event, we saw a real life concert which was taking place in New York take place in the game as well. And after the concert, rift beacons did something that shocked everyone. Before that, I'm gonna show you how to get rid of lag while playing Fortnite. All you have to do is go to ExitLag.com. As you can see, the very first thing you see is Fortnite. Now, Fortnite is their main games that they focus on, but this works with over 2,000 games and apps. All you have to do is download ExitLag, create an account if you don't have one, and as you can see right over here, 72 hours you get to play without lag. Once you're on the app, go ahead and click on Optimize Game. I'm gonna look for Fortnite. Go ahead and click on Region or Server. Recommend you leave it on automatic. Go ahead and choose your region, and that is it pretty much. All you have to do is click on Apply Routes. Look at the ping and FPS difference before and after. I mean, it is mind-blowing. Now, this is all possible because of AI route optimization, dynamic stabilizer, and diagnostic centers. Now, if you want to subscribe, they are doing a Black November sale. They do solo plan, duos plan, and squad plans. Click the link in the description to automatically apply my coupon SAMJAM to get a huge discount. After the live event, the island completely destabilizes. And as you saw in the trailer where it says rewind, that is exactly what happens. People that were performing in that concert gets rifted in the game, and also the whole game just goes backwards. And we end up on the Chapter 2 map. But as you have noticed, the island looks very different. The reason for that is because just because the time has rewind doesn't mean that the rift has stopped destabilizing. In fact, that live event that started because of the rift beacons destabilizing has not ended yet. That is the reason why Fortnite are describing this as 3-part event. The prelude, which was the concert that took place on November 1st, the remix Chapter 2 November 2nd, and then the finale, which is going to take place on the November 30th. Basically, this whole month is actually a build-up to Chapter 6. If you look at the little artworks you can see on each of these logos, you can tell a lot. First one, the prelude, you can see these rift shards. That makes sense. The rift event took place on that day, that concert, that rewinded time. And then the remix Chapter 2 is obviously us going back in time. And then the third one, the finale, you can see these rift butterflies. Also notice the color as well. yellow, purple, and blue. Color actually shows us the theme of chapter 6. I think what is going to take us to chapter 6 is actually already happening right now, because as we all know, the remix Fortnite island is constantly changing. We start off with the agency themed around Snoop Dogg, and then we start to see Eminem show up on the island, Ice Spice. Reason why this is happening, like I mentioned earlier, because of the rifts. It is destabilizing, and it will continue to happen for the finale event. As we all know, there is a storyline going on right now. The heroes, we know that Hope is going to be the main character going forward. Are going to see that happen during this event. And also on the side, we have Juice WRLD's concert as well, which has nothing to do with the storyline, by the way. During this live event, we will see the arrival of the 0 point. That is the reason why we are seeing a bunch of these 0 point butterflies everywhere. Also, a bunch of material that was used to animate the 0 point has been added back. I think the 0 point will yet again save us all. Only way to fix this destabilized island is by completely changing it. There are two theories at the moment. The first one, the 0 point will most likely rift a bunch of different realities, locations, and bring them to Fortnite to create a brand new map, just like it did after the chapter 3 map. We were all floating in space. 0 point reconstructed the island, which became the chapter 4 map. Or this island will flip yet again. On the other side is going to be our chapter 6 map. Now, whatever happens, whether the 0 point reconstructs the island or this island is flipped, this does not stop the fact that we are still on the chapter 2 timeline. Meaning, in chapter 2, we saw the arrival of the UFO mothership in season 7, and then the Cube Queen and the rest of the lost reality. What if the chapter 6 is going to be based around the second part of chapter 2? You look at the color of that logo, the finale purple, that is the color of the lost reality. This is kind of predictable if you have been following Fortnite storyline, actually after the end of chapter 3. And the island got completely destroyed by Herald. It was actually a plan for the lost reality to take over, because we all think that Herald was working for them, and their next plan was during chapter 4 to show up and take the 0 point. It all made sense, right? They send their agent Herald to destroy the island, kidnap the 7, and then they attack, take over, and take control of the 0 point. In fact, there was a trailer that was made, was supposed to be part of the Fracture event, but that trailer was delayed because Fortnite, I think, in the last second decided to bring back OG Fortnite at the end of chapter 4, and that is the reason why during chapter 4 we did not get any kind of like storyline. But during the season we had quests that involved the 7, the lost reality, even characters showed up on the island that was supposed to be part of the storyline, like Triarch Nox, Serenade, but nothing really happened. Fortnite also like moved seasons around as well. For example, chapter 4, season 4 was supposed to be during season 2, and then season 3 was supposed to be season 4. It was all just a complete mess. That was because Fortnite delayed the lost reality season. Chapter 5 was already planned, so they wouldn't move that storyline to chapter 5. They already had this huge storyline about Zeus showing up, Doctor Doom. That was a huge collaboration with Disney. Fortnite wouldn't ruin that just to bring back the lost reality, and I think they moved that storyline to chapter 6. They are tying that chapter 6 to this Fortnite remix chapter 2. They want chapter 6 to be like the second part of chapter 2. Reason for that is because chapter 2's second part was as important as the first part. There was a lot of storyline, like for example the arrival of the UFO, and then it turns out to be the lost reality. So let's not forget everyone's favorite season, Primal, is something that took place at the end of chapter 2. 2. Also have to see the return of everyone's favorite location, Coral Castle, as well. Next video, I will show you everything that is going to be added during chapter 6. I'm giving away 5 battle pass to the 5 lucky winners. All you have to do is like this video and subscribe.